Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, the People's National Party PNP is demanding that the government establish commissions of inquiry to look into allegations of corruption relating to the Ministries of Education and Energy as well as other related agencies. The call comes as the party led an anti-corruption vigil in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew this morning. TVJ's Anthony Lugg was there and now reports.
What you're seeing on your screen is a flyer distributed by the People's National Party PNP at the anti-corruption vigil in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew on Thursday morning. It reads, JLP must account for billions of taxpayers' money gone in 3 years. The flyer went as far as totaling the cost of corruption under the Holness administration at $13.8 billion. Hundreds of PNP supporters, frustrated, joined in the vigil at Mandela Park, demanding that Prime Minister Andrew Holness breaks his silence on the series of scandals rocking his administration.
And anything in the country, you don't come out and talk about it. You come everything, all of your boys in your house. Now go on good.
We still don't hear about the police cars from Mr. Holness. We still don't hear about the selling of guns at FLA from Mr. Holness. He's the person in charge. He can't always be saying he did not know, because he either need to be removed because of incompetence or be removed because of conspiracy.
PNP Vice President Damian Crawford pointed to those issues, but let's go back to the flyers issued during the vigil. They outlined more scandals ranging from issues on the health, science, energy and technology ministries, and in recent months, the education ministry. For that reason, here's what PNP President Dr. Peter Phillips wants.
We also expect that there will be commissions of inquiry established to look particularly at what has occurred in the Ministry of Education, in the Caribbean Maritime University, and in the National Education Trust.
So as hundreds gathered outside the Mandela Park here in St. Andrew to voice their frustration at the Andrew Holness-led administration's corruption issues, here's what opposition spokesman on education Ronnie Thwaites called for.
The board of the Caribbean Maritime University has to give way. After that, it seems to me that there has to be a completion of the investigation by the various agencies, and the Prime Minister has to give a full report to Parliament, subject themselves to questions so that we can understand all of the ramifications, let the law take its course and get back to normal.
The PNP says Thursday's vigil is the first in a series it will be doing across the island to bring awareness to what it terms the brazen plundering of the public purse by members of the political executives and their operatives who are yet to be brought to book.
We are going to continue to shout it from the streets, shout it from the rooftops, shout it from the communities until the corrupt behavior, which involves the misuse and plundering of the people's resources, stops.
Mikhail Phillips, who sits on Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, has been pressing the issues under the Education Ministry with stinging revelations weekly. The latest was on Wednesday when he raised issue about the list of persons who received contracts at CMU through the influence of sacked Education Minister Ruel Reid. Mr. Phillips questioned whether Reid's driver, Devon McQueen, also received a catering contract at the university. This has led to persons calling for Mr. Reid to be arrested. We put the question to Mr. Phillips.
I don't think it's only Ruel Reid that should be arrested. I think Professor Pinnock should also be brought to book. The chairman of the CMU should be brought to book. The permanent secretary in the ministry should be brought to book. And those who are accomplice to the corruption that took place in the Ministry of Education and the CMU.
Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.